Tri-States Country WDLC on this Thursday morning, heading into what is going to be a real spectacular event for everybody here in the tri-state area, especially in Pike County, because returning once again, we have our Tunnel to Towers Foundation 5K. And with me, my guests this morning, I have Lee and Roy Romano, and they are the volunteer race directors for our run here in Pike County. I want to thank you both so much for joining me this morning. Thank you.
Thank you, Michelle, for having us.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning. So it's a little over a week away, a week from Saturday, that this event is happening, and it's not too late to get involved. However, I do want you to share with folks, now it's very familiar, that the Tunnel to Towers brand that we've been hearing about for many, many years. If you could just give us a little bit of history, and then we'll talk about the event that's happening on the 19th.
Sure. So the Tunnel to Towers Foundation was founded by the family of Stephen Siller, who was a New York City firefighter on September 11th. He was not on duty when the planes hit the towers, but when he heard about it, he tried to get there. When he got to the Brooklyn Battery Tunnel, all the tunnels and bridges were closed by that point. So he strapped on all of his gear and he ran through the tunnel to the towers, and he lost his life that day, along with 342 of his firefighter brothers and thousands of citizens. So a year later, his family got together and they started the Stephen Siller Tunnel to Towers Foundation. And their goal was to follow in his footsteps. They started a run in New York that literally followed his footsteps on that day. And that has since grown to where there's runs all over the country. They raise funds for catastrophically injured servicemen and women, as well as fallen first responders and Gold Star families.
22 years later, you guys, it still makes a huge impact in our society and what we still continue to do, and how super important it is for our families and those who have lost their family members are in active military. And I know that the money raised will be helping those who are in need. So if you could just share where, when folks get involved with the Tunnel to Towers, and we'll talk about the actual, because you can run, you can walk, you don't have to run the 5K, the 3.1 mile. Is that correct?
Correct.
Did I get that right? Okay. It's not about that. It's raising awareness for the organization and those who, after 22 years and beyond, and those involved in the military still need our help. So with regards to the fundraising, who benefits from it?
Michelle, since the inception of this program, 95% of each dollar that you donate goes directly to the programs. And Lee touched on some of those. The primary one was the Smart Home program, which provided custom homes for catastrophically injured servicemen and women. Depending on how they were injured, the house was built tailored to their exact needs so they could still care for themselves. Wider doorways, wheelchair accessible. They can operate most of the items in their house, most of the appliances and windows and doors from a smart pad, so they don't have to reach cabinets lower down to them so they can load and unload them. They can really take care of themselves. The next one was the Fallen First Responder program for paying off mortgages for the families with small children of fallen first responders, policemen, firefighters, EMTs that lose their lives in the line of duty. If they have small children, their home is going to be paid off. They also started the Gold Star Family Program, where families with small children of servicemen and women that lose their lives in combat, and there's been 7,000 since the War on Terror began after 9/11. They pay off their home for the Gold Star family, or they provide them with a mortgage-free home. 95 cents of every dollar that's donated goes directly to those programs. The charity is rated 100% or 4 stars with Charity Navigator that rates all charities in the country. They have a Gold Star, 4-star, 100% rating. So that's where everything goes, whether the people are making a one-time donation or if they're donating $11 a month, or if they're registering to run in our race, that's where 95% of every dollar donated goes.
That's really nice. You can't argue with the percentage that you have right there. To know that our money, our donation, our involvement does go much further than we anticipate, and how important it is to help out this organization. Now we're having the run. The Tunnel to Towers is happening on August 19th at Fawn Lake Forest. And can you share, is there a particular website or Facebook page that folks can go to register prior to the cutoff? Because I believe the cutoff is this Sunday. Am I right?
That's correct. Yeah, so you can register for the 5K at the foundation's website site of t2t.org. Under the Get Involved tab, there's register for a 5K, and you just look for the Pike County, Pennsylvania 5K, and you can register there.
There's only 2 Tunnel to Towers events in the state of Pennsylvania. Mm-hmm. One in Pittsburgh after ours, and then ours here in northeastern PA.
Okay, you say Tunnel to Towers. Is it, for people like me who are like, is it a 2, a number, or is it a TO?
No, it's the number 2. So the letter T, number 2, letter T.org.
Got it. You can get involved with those here in the tri-state area and help support those, our fallen first responders, and our families here, our injured servicemen and women, the Tunnel to Towers. And even if you can't be available, you could always donate. I'm sure there's a way to click and donate online. Is that correct?
Yes, there is. If you go under that Get Involved tab on t2t.org, look for the Pike County Run, and you can donate, register, or volunteer for the event on that page.
That's what I was going to ask, because people are probably like, I want to go out and help out a week from Saturday. How can I do that? And that's how you do it. It's T, the number 2, the letter T.org.
And on that page, you can either register for the run or register as a volunteer, or just donate to our event that goes to Tunnel to Towers.
I can't tell you both how much I appreciate your time and sharing this with us, and how important it is as a community that we come together. Country and community is what we always say here at WDLC. So to you both, our volunteer race directors, a wonderful team in life and in charity, Roy and Lee Romano, thank you both so much for being a part of our show, and good luck at the event on the 19th. Okay.
Thank you very much, Michelle.
Thank you so much for your time, Michelle. We appreciate it.
My pleasure. Absolutely. Absolutely. And there they go. All right. I'll be back with more of today's country legendary hits on Tri-States Country, WDLC.